So this is the catalog tour. That's what I'm doing this time. And even if you've seen the catalog, maybe I'll point out some things that you haven't seen. So I sent everybody a big catalog, and that came from Stampin' Up. That came, like I said, bulk rate mail. And then the other one that I sent you in a first class envelope is this little book. So this is called Make Things Beautiful, or Make Beautiful Things. And this is what we're calling like our beginner customer brochure. So this is perfect for beginner stampers, new people, and you should have one of these from me as well. If you don't, let me know. But I did send this as a separate mailing a few weeks ago, so hopefully you've got it okay. This is kind of just like a bite-sized catalog. So this is, like I said, it's supposed to be for new stampers who have not experienced Stampin' Up! Before. Sometimes the big catalog is overwhelming to them. So the little one is kind of a way to just show them some highlights, some things that are good for them to start with. But because there are 2 extra stamp sets in here, I wanted everybody to have them, even though I know that many of you are not beginner stampers. So this is a stamp set that's not in the big book. It's called 4 Season Floral, and it's only $14. It's just a really cute little photopolymer stamp set. And the thing this brochure has on all the pages is like a set, a kit, you know, a bundle of items to make projects. So the 4 Season Floral cards, you can get one item number, and you can get everything you need to make the cards that they show here. So that includes a stamp set, a clear block. It includes this special set of flowers for every season cards and more, which are the cards, and then cards and envelopes. And these are small. They're 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, so they're too small to mail on their own, but they're perfect for just tucking inside a little gift. And then we have 2 Stampin' Spots, which are Just Jade and Magenta Madness, and then our new Stampin' Seal, which I'm going to show you as well. So each of these pages have a little kit like that, a little bundle. This is another stamp set that's not in the big catalog. It's called Cute Fruit, and it's cute. I love the little mustache guy. I just got this. It came in my order today, and I can't wait to play. I think it's going to be super cute for making summer cards. Now, this one has a set of Stampin' Spots that you can get, and this is something we haven't had in a long time, a larger collection of Stampin' Spots. So there are 8 little Stampin' Spots here, and they're kind of like bright and bold colors. When I first started stamping 18 years ago, this is what I got. I got the little Stampin' Spots in a collection, and that's how I started. And then we see the zebras, and these are in the big catalog, but we have, you know, these projects that are highlighted here. Like I said, this is geared towards new stampers, so that they can just sort of get a vision and a clear cut, like a menu. You know, sometimes when you walk into a restaurant, if they hand you like an entire book, like Cheesecake Factory menu, you'd be like, I don't even know where to start. Like, I'm so hungry. I want everything. This is sort of like, this is where you start. So these are just some suggestions for new stampers. So like I said, you should have gotten this one. This is one of our all-inclusive kits. There's more in the big catalog, and I'll show you those. And Paper Pumpkin. If you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, I think the kits just keep getting better and better and better. It's about $20 a month, and it comes right to your mailbox. It's so perfect. It's like a class in a box. So if you are missing gathering with other people or live too far away for that, the Paper Pumpkin is just a really fun way to still stay connected. All right, say hi when you jump on. I know some of you had just joined since I said hello, and I'm going to do a door prize drawing. I'll do it like over the weekend, so everyone gets a chance to watch the replay too, but I will put everybody's name in who leaves a comment. So just say hello, tell me what you're doing, let me know if you got your catalog, what you had for dinner, whatever. Just say something so that I can put you in the drawing. I thought I was going to sit, but I think I'm going to stand up for this so I can see your comments. Let me grab my mat. Oh, I have a, what do you call it? Anti-fatigue mat that I stand on sometimes when I do my videos standing up. So this is the new annual catalog. Now Stampin' Up! Is changing. I haven't really talked about that. They're changing their catalogs a little bit. They're tweaking them. So right now, or previously, we've had an occasions catalog, an annual catalog, and then a holiday mini catalog. And so they're still having 2 mini catalogs and a big catalog, but they're kind of changing the timing, and the mini catalogs will be will be active for a longer period of time. So the occasions catalog is now the January through June catalog, and the holiday catalog is now going to be called the July through December catalog. They're transitioning the timing of these as well. So this year, the holiday or the fall or the second, whatever you want to call it, catalog is August through December. So already I'm doing a mailing selector for the holiday catalog, and I gotta stop calling it the holiday catalog, for the second mini catalog, and you'll get that in the middle of July, and then it will start around the 1st of August. So it's coming up really, really fast. And that's going to have holiday stuff like Halloween and Christmas and fall things. And it's going to be good for this time 5 months, and then next year 6 months. Because they're changing the timing of the catalogs, this catalog is not going to be good for, it's not quite a whole year. This one expires May 3rd. Okay, so this is only 11 months. And then the next catalog is going to come out May 4th, and it's going to go through April 30th or May 2nd or whatever. So the catalog is going to change and shift back a little bit. So instead of, like, right now, this is June, through May, this is going to be June through, like, essentially the end of April. And then the next catalog will start May 1st through April. So they're just kind of shifting it back a little bit. Okay, let's open it up and take a look. The catalog is, you may have noticed, like just a little bit smaller than previous catalogs. And it's not because there's less stuff in it. I mean, I actually haven't counted. I don't know if there's less stuff. There are different things that they took out and changed as far as features, and they've kind of tried to consolidate some things. But the big reason they made it smaller is for postage reasons. If they get it under a certain weight, then it's a lot cheaper, like half the price for us to mail copies of these out. So I don't know that the postage made that much. The size didn't make too much of a difference here in the US. I can still send it like first class, but and then it jumps, it's almost like twice as much to send priority. But in other countries like Canada, the price was, again, way, way more. So they got it under the weight they needed for some of those other countries. But there's still so much new stuff in here. So don't be thinking that it's less because there are fewer pages. The first thing I want to point out is we have an index of the suites. So the suites are, let me show you an example here. The suites are something where everything kind of coordinates together. So this is the Flowers for Every Season suite, and you'll see like kind of a double page spread for the suites with the designer paper shown in a little greater detail on the suites page. And then there's typically some stamps that coordinate with the suite and coordinate with the products. Down here, they have everything in a suite collection. So if you like the Flowers for Every Season suite and you just say, I want it all, then with one item number, you can get everything. And I just realized how much this suite is. It includes this bundle and this bundle. So this is by far the biggest suite. It also includes the designer paper. It includes Memories and More cards, Memories and More cards and envelopes, mason jar shaker domes, the ribbon combo pack, and the gems. Oh, and it also includes blends. Holy macaroni. So if you just want everything, like if you say, this looks great, give it to me all, there's one item number. So it just makes it a little easier to order. Let me show you another suite because they're not all so expensive. That one's also pricey. Here's one that's a little less, like the Playful Pets Suite Collection. This one's $67. This is what's included. You get the stamp set and dies in this case, and then the designer paper and the Playful trim combo and the trinkets. So here's the trinkets, here's the trim. So again, the suites just kind of are a collection of things that all coordinate together. You can buy things individually or you can buy things together with one item number. So the index here has all of the different suites. So we have 5, 6, 7, 10 different suites. So there's a lot of new stuff. And each suite is sort of anchored by a designer paper and a bundle or two. We move forward in the catalog and we've got our Gardner family here. So I'm sure you guys always notice this in the front of the catalog. Shelley Gardner is the co-founder of Stampin' Up. She and her sister started the company like 33 years ago. And now her daughter, Sarah, has taken over as CEO. So we see Shelly right here with her husband, Sterling. And then the other pictures are Shelly and Sterling's daughters and their families. So Sarah is right here, and she's the CEO. So every year in the catalog, they post new family pictures. And it's been so fun to see the Gardner family as they grow and get married and have kids. So if you look back, like I've been a demonstrator now for 18 years. So in my first catalogs, it was like, you know, just the girls. I'm trying to remember my very first catalog. Like Sarah probably was married and had a kid. It'd be fun. I should find my old catalogs. It'd be really fun to look back at those family pictures. But anyway, that's the Gardner family, and that's why there are pictures of people in the catalog. That's who those people are. So then we have just sort of like some summary of what, you know, the difference between the cling and the photopolymer stamps. And then I love this, and we have this throughout. I labeled them all with purple tabs. Just sort of some tabs that talk about like some basic techniques. And so here's just sort of like an index, like, oh, they're highlighting two-step stamping on page 27, markering techniques on page 103, stamping off on page 78. And so if you look forward to those boxes, it kind of calls out and shows you like, here's the project and here's how we did it. So I love that the catalog is not just, you know, it's not just product. It's not just like a store. They're actually like showing you how to do things and giving you tips and ideas. So I think that's pretty cool. Next we have just a spread that's talking about color coordination and punches and dies. And then the next thing is our kits. And I really, really love our kits. Whether you're just a busy stamper or you don't know where to start when it comes to designing cards, there's something for everybody here. And so the first one, and I just mentioned this, is Paper Pumpkin. So this is a subscription kit. So you can subscribe and get this in your mail each month. And then the next thing, all of the rest are on regular product orders. So we have the Simply Citrus. This is an all-inclusive card kit. Both of these are all-inclusive. That means that everything is included in the box. It has a block, it has a stamp set, which is pictured right here. It has a little mini ink spot. It has card bases and envelopes and pieces to put on the card and adhesive. So you can give this as a gift or you can get one for yourself, and everything you need is included in the box. The only exception would be scissors to cut the twine or to cut the ribbon, but everything else is in the box. So these are really great for new stampers, but also I love doing them too. Like sometimes I get really busy and I just need to make a bunch of cards, and so I love the kits for that. Now the next kit is so pretty. Gorgeous Posies. This is sort of like a step back. Okay, so this is not an all-inclusive kit. This one includes just the card bases and the pieces to make the kit and the ribbon and things like that, but it does not include ink, it does not include the stamp set, it does not include adhesive, so that is separately. So down here it's saying here are the things that you'll need to make the project. So there's a coordinating stamp set, but you can use any stamps that you have at home. These are the colors that they used. You could use other colors that you have at home, and these are the adhesives that they suggest. The next thing is called a product medley. So this is like a next step. And this is like nothing's pre-cut. In fact, I just ordered this. So I'm going to go really quick and grab it. It's on the floor in the other room so I can open it up and show you what it looks like because it's a really cool concept. All right, I just opened this. I haven't even had a chance to take this out of the box yet. So the product medley comes in a box like this. It's not necessarily like a pretty box or meant for storage, but it's just more for shipping. But it's kind of like a suite. It's the same concept as a suite, but it's like all in one package. So we've had these product medleys before. In fact, there's one right now in the clearance rack called Everything is Rosy. That was the first one. And each one is a little bit different, but you can see we've got some ribbon here, and this looks gorgeous, so pretty. And we have a stamp set. So we have this one called Boho Indigo. This is a photopolymer stamp set, and then there is dies to match it. And so this is kind of like a bundle, but the idea with this product medley is everything goes together, and it's not a card kit because nothing is pre-cut. This is meant for an avid crafter who is good with coming up with their own ideas and is just looking for coordinating products that are going to work together. So we've got this bundle, we've got these gorgeous ribbons. I'm really digging that gold. And then we have this designer paper and embellishments. Look at these. These are like little flowers with wooden beads in the center. And then the designer paper, this little bundle includes, we have some embossed pieces. So these are very vanilla embossed pieces. And then it's like a 6x6 pack of designer paper. So everything coordinates. And we have some die cut tags, more embossed paper, more designer paper, some die cut leaves with foil accents, more tags, another piece of embossing. All the designer paper is double-sided. So we've got this beautiful Night of Navy, or is it Misty Moonlight? It is Misty Moonlight. Oh, I think Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy. Do you guys love this? What do you think about the Boho Indigo? So the product medley is designed for an avid crafter. It's got just materials for you to make your own thing, to just, you know, kind of coordinating stuff to do your own thing with it. And there's some project ideas here, but nothing is pre-cut. Like as far as card bases, nothing is pre-designed for you. There's no insert with instructions or anything like that. It's just awesome coordinating things that work together. Now, in the past, they've not done this, but I noticed this is something new for this product medley. We have a refill. So maybe you don't want the stamp set, you know, and the dies. There's a refill kit, and the refill kit includes the paper products. So it would include this pack, and the paper flowers. I'm trying to see if the ribbon is included. It says 48 sheets of 6x6 designer paper, the dry embossed paper, 6 sheets of die cuts, and 40 paper flowers. So I don't think that the ribbon is included in the refill. I think it's just the paper and the flowers. So this is something different that they haven't done in the past. So you can either get the whole thing with the ribbon and the bundle and the paper and the flowers, or you can just get the refill, which has the paper and the flowers. So that is what the Boho Indigo product medley is. I'm excited to play with this. I think it's really pretty. And I'm excited to see a refill. So if you are really loving it and you want more, you'll have that option. Okay, so that's the kits, that's the product medley. Then we get into our product suites and our regular products. So just like always in the catalog, the pictures of the stamps are pictured. They are pictured like 100%, so actual size. So when you stamp the sunflower, it's going to look just like this. And then if there is like a gray outline around something, that means that there is a coordinating die or a coordinating punch. And the bundles are on the same page. Sometimes they're hard to find. I think it's not always called out very easily. So here's the bundle information. This is the information for the stamp set. This is the information for the bundle. And you can always get coordinating stamp sets and dies or punches as a bundle, and you save 10%. So it's a 10% discount. And that's usually just when the catalog is first released. So if this carries over to the next catalog, it may not still be in a bundle. It may or may not. But usually not. So the bundles up here, always look for that. It has a little circle that says 10%. Here you can see this one, the Jar of Flowers bundle. And it will tell you, like, I know you can't see these very well, but it'll say sunflower dies on page 175. And this is something that they've changed in the past too, is they've made these images a little bit bigger so we can see what those dies look like. So if you see that there's a bundle, you can reference the page and then look at a closer view. This also is listing some of the other coordinating products that were used on the project. Okay, so bundles, stamp sets. I want to point out this is a sort of a call out or a feature. We've got kind of two newer styles of stamps, and one of them is called distinctives. Distinctive stamps create different opacities in a single stamped image for more realistic depth and intensity. So like the butterfly image is an example of one of the distinctive stamps. And sometimes if you have too much ink on your ink pad, the detail will get muddled. So one tip for using the distinctive stamps is to take something like a spoon and just sort of like push your ink and kind of clear it so that it's not so juicy and inky. And that, for some reason, even though it seems really simple, that really helps with those distinctive images so that they don't have too much ink that is distorting the detail. The other new type of stamp that we have is the reversible stamps, and these are something that's just been in like the last year or so. So the idea with reversible stamps is that you can turn it around and use the other side to stamp behind it. So you can kind of see here on the mountain card, they've used like the solid side of the mountains to stamp in the background, and then the detailed side in front of that. So it's just kind of a way to be able to do like a two-step stamp. So these reversible stamps, the idea though is that it's the other side of it. This is not necessarily a reversible stamp, but a reversible stamp, you would be able to turn that stamp over and then stamp this side as well. So that's what the reversible is. And you see that in the catalog with the darker, like a solid gray. That's what that is. That's what the other side of that stamp would look like if you stamp it. So that's kind of a new feature, and you can see that with the icon here. You can look for the reversible stamps. I'm so sorry I haven't been keeping up on all of your comments. It looks like a lot of hellos, and Virginia says, seeing so much more to the catalog that I never noticed. I'm so glad. So that was sort of my goal here, is just to kind of point out some things in the catalog. I started marking these. What did I mark them with? Orange? Yes. Let me get my little orange marker out. I love looking at the catalog for the samples as much as I love looking at the new product. And so one of the things that I like that they're doing in this catalog is we have these step it up features where they show like, you know, a card, and then they make some changes and kind of like step it up, you know. So like here we have stamps and some cutting and some punching, and then we added some embossing and some twine and some other like little fancy things, an embossing folder. We did some watercoloring in the background. So I highlighted some of those with the orange tab. So we have several different examples of how to step it up in the catalog. And I thought that was kind of a fun way to show how you can take your project and maybe make some changes and step it up a little bit if you want. If your style is clean and simple, there's nothing wrong with that. All right, I'm not going to show you every single page of the catalog. I just wanted to highlight some things. So here's another suite, The World of Good. In my next video that starts at 7 o'clock, I'm going to go through all the suites, and I'm going to show you the papers in person and show you like what all the ribbons and the accessories look like, because it's so much different to see it in person than in the book. So I'm not going to spend some time on that. I'll show you that later. I also have some project samples to show you in the next video as well. This one I just wanted to point out, we have a really great selection, I think, of masculine masculine stamp sets. That's something that stampers, I think, are always asking for. They need stamps for making guy cards, and it's always challenging, I think, to make cards for men because you can't do flowers and bows, you know, like we usually use, and the things that appeal to a lot of us women. So we have a whole selection here of masculine stamp sets and masculine themes. So it starts with this World of Good suite, and then we've got the lighthouse and, you know, cards and gameplay, cars, camping, and of course you can use these images for cards for women as well, but they're just really geared nicely towards making masculine cards. Rooted in Nature is a great one. The Sailing Home is a beautiful stamp set. We've got this, A Good Man, that is perfect for Father's Day. I love these leaves. And this is new too, this Whiskey Business. And I know some of you have already even bought this one. I think it's really fun to have a stamp set that is geared especially towards older men who like whiskey. So that's kind of a fun new one that we have in there. Here's another suite, the Playful Pets. So again, we see an up-close picture of the designer paper. Oh, I wanted to point out that we have a lot of stamp sets, new stamp sets that go with current punches. So if you got the umbrella punch in the Occasions catalog, here's a new stamp set that you can use with the same punch. So I love that they think about that and they come out with new images to use for different new stamps for the same thing. So here's another example of that. This is called Basket of Blooms, and I've got to add another flag to my Step It Up right there. The Basket of Blooms coordinates with the Small Blossom Punch. This carried over from Celebration. So this was a free gift when you spent $100 during Celebration. And there was a stamp set you could get during Celebration as well that did not carry over. But if you want to purchase the punch, now you can. And there's a new stamp set that coordinates. So I love how they are doing that. They come out with new images to go with the products that we already have. This is a fun one. This Hippo Happiness. There's a hippo and a lamb and a unicorn, but my favorite part is that the bundle includes, let me see, page 176. The bundle has these die labels that are going to be so great for lots of different things. So there are like 4 different labels here, 3 and 3. So I haven't gotten it yet. It's on my list, but I think the little animals are so cute, but I'm most excited about the label dies that come with it. So lots of new stamp sets always, and maybe you've never noticed this before, the new stamp sets always have a red N next to them. So if you're looking at something and you're thinking, gosh, I really like that, if it doesn't have a red N, it was in the catalog before and you maybe just didn't notice. But all the new ones are marked with a red N, and there are so many new ones. Here's another example of a set that coordinates with an existing product. So in the holiday catalog, we had these tag dies, and so now we have a new stamp set that coordinates with those tag dies as well. And the holiday set, it carried over into this catalog as well. So it is still available. Let me see if I can find it. Here's another one. The globe, the water globe dies, and there's now a new little stamp set to make fun things. I was trying to see where that Christmas set is. Well, I don't know. You'll see it when you flip through. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to shake you there. Okay, so this is just another stamp set that coordinates with those dies. So awesome. Okay, moving on. Like I said, I don't want to show you every single page. Another suite. I'll show you more of that later. Oh, Step It Up. I showed you that. I think we're ready to jump forward. How to stamp off. So the purple tabs are my techniques. The pink tabs are the suites. There's another technique. There's another Step It Up. Let's jump to the next. Oh, if you like the distinctive stamps, they have like a little index there. Let's jump ahead to the back of the catalog. So we had all of our stamps back here. I'm jumping now to the back to point out some of the new things. So this is where all of our color coordination is. And this is our 4 color families. We have the brights, the neutrals, the regals, and the subtles. And then I guess the basics is not really a color family. Now, if you're looking for the Stampin' Blends, there used to be in the old catalog a page that had all the Stampin' Blends on one page, but now it's just a line in here. So in each color collection, there's a line for the Stampin' Blends combo pack. So that's where you're going to find the Stampin' Blend markers. The new ink colors are down here. They're available in cardstock, ink pads, refills, and some of them have Stampin' Blends. Now, I have to warn you that the oh, it's not on here. I think it's a different page. The ribbon that coordinates with all the ink colors is on back order right now. I'm not sure why they didn't have enough inventory. I know a lot of the factories that they're working with are, especially in the US, they are some of the factories are making PPE, personal protective equipment, or other items needed for the pandemic. And so like the place that makes the ink pad or the ink bottles for the refills, they're making something else in their factory right now. So we kind of have to stand in line a little and wait for some of those special projects that they're working on that they normally don't. The assortments are always over here. So we have, you can get ink pads by color families. So you can get a whole set, and you save 10% when you get them that way. I think I just posted a note on the page about that. So you can get the in color ink pads, $33.75 for all 5. So if you're wanting to get the in colors, that's the best way to do it, is just to get the whole package. If you didn't see this was new last year. This is the Stampin' Storage. So just a really fun organizing system for organizing your ink pads and your markers. I love this one for my Stampin' Blends. Different lids and toppers to go on it, but a lot of ways to build that how you want it to be and how you need it to be. So we have our accessories next, and these are marked with Ns too for the new ones. So the new thing we have here is the new water painters. I didn't get these yet, but there is a third kind of design that has a bigger brush. So these are like the aqua painters, but just kind of an updated version. We've got the new Stampin' Spots here. All of our designer paper is brand new in this catalog, and some of them are 6x6 and some of them are 12x12. I'm going to show you all of these in person in the next video, so we can talk more about that then. The new paper trimmer came out this winter, and I really love it. If you are in the need of a paper trimmer, this one's really great, and it's only, I think, $20, $25. So I really highly recommend the paper trimmer. The cutting blades do not fit the old trimmer. So if you are needing new cutting blades, you'll have to get this trimmer. I might have a package or two if you need the old ones, but honestly, it would be worth your money. Better spent would be to just get the new paper trimmer. Some new packaging things I wanted to show you. This one is the mini paper pumpkin box. Isn't it cute? It does not come assembled. It comes flat, and I put it together, but this is the size of it, and it is designed to hold note card size cards. So you could do a whole set of note cards and envelopes to put in that little mini paper pumpkin box. It is also food safe. It has a coating on it that is safe to put food in. So you can package up some treats and make it really cute to give to your friends, family, or neighbors. And then the other new box we have is this 3 1/4 or 3 1/8 by 3 1/8 acetate box, and this is sized to hold 3x3 cards. So that is a fun size for treats and other things. The Forever Gold laser cut paper, I'm going to show you that when we look at the suites later. Some other things, I think I have some of these things already put aside for the next video. Memories and More. These are the pocket scrapbooking cards. You can use them for card making or for scrapbooking in the pocket page protectors. So we've got 2 new ones, Flowers for Every Season and Worlds of Good. And then we have so many beautiful accessories. The red ones are marked with new. This one, I'm not going to show you later. I just wanted to show you now. This is the Butterfly Gems, and these are in the old in colors. So Purple Posy, Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, Terracotta Tile, and Pretty Peacock. And they're kind of pointy, so they are a little bit thicker of an embellishment, but really cute. I think the other ones I've got flagged to show you later. And then we're going into the tools now and ribbon. Beautiful ribbons. These are the in color ribbons that are currently on back order. There's some other ribbon as well that's on back order. If you haven't seen it, I think I need to share the link. I'm doing a product share where you can get a little bit of all the paper and all the ribbon, and I have to make some adjustments for the ones that I couldn't get, but that's a good way to get a sample of things in the catalog without having to buy the whole package. I wanted to stop here on the adhesives page because we have a new set of adhesive. This is replacing the snail adhesive that we had before, and these containers are the same, and then there's a difference. There's Stampin' Seal and Stampin' Seal Plus, and Stampin' Seal Plus is just sort of a heavier duty adhesive. So these are really easy to apply, really easy to take apart and replace. They just come apart like this, and then they fit. There's different pegs that they fit onto. So if you were frustrated with Stampin' Snail and weren't liking it, I think you'll be happy with this Stampin' Seal. I haven't used it a whole lot yet, but from what I have used, I found it very easy to apply, very easy to break apart. Here's what it looks like. This is the Stampin' Seal Plus. You can see it's a little bit thicker. This is the regular Stampin' Seal, so also very sticky. And the Stampin' Seal Plus, I don't know if you can see, it has like these lines, so it definitely breaks off a lot easier than like the Fast Fuse did, if you remember that one. There's also some other new adhesives, and I just wanted to show you what those look like because I think it's really hard to see in a catalog, and I just wanted to explain what they are. So the first one, number 1 here, it's right here on the page. It's called Adhesive Sheets, and this is like the multi-purpose adhesive sheets that we've had in the past. We used to carry the Sizzix brand, but Stampin' Up! Broke ties with Sizzix, so this is just like a different brand. It's the same idea though, right? It's a double-sided sticky page, so you can put cardstock on it and then you can die cut and it will be sticky on the back, so like they did here with the wreath. So that's what this is. You get 12 different sheets. They're 6 by 12. That's the adhesive sheets. The second thing I wanted to show you is the foam adhesive sheets. This is number 12 on page 162, and this is what it looks like. These are 4.5, kind of like a 4.5 by 5-ish square, 4.5 by 4.5 maybe, a little bit longer on one side. This is essentially like Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, so let me show you the Stampin' Dimensional sheet. It's a little bit bigger than a Stampin' Dimensional sheet. The Stampin' Dimensionals are cut into hexagons, and this is not cut at all. So the idea is that you can punch it or cut it. So like they're showing here, they've die cut it with the letters, and you can use it to get some even cushion, even height on your project. So you get 6 sheets, and you can die cut or punch that. One thing this reminds me of, I think my sister is really going to love this because she likes to make dimensional like greetings. So she'll die cut a sentiment, you know, like a word die, and she'll die cut it like 3 or 4 times and then layer them on top of each other for more height and more dimensions. So instead she'll be able to use these foam adhesive sheets to get the same look. All right, foam adhesive sheets. The last one on there that I've had some questions on is the cling adhesive, and that's what this one is. And it has in here, there are, it doesn't say how many sheets. There's 168, oh, there's some instructions, 168 strips. So the idea here is if you have old stamps, let me grab that old set so I can show you. When Stampin' Up! First came out with clear mount stamps, the idea was that these stickers, these vinyl stickers, would cling to a clear black. The problem is they didn't. And so if you put your stickers on your stamps, then the stamp would not fit on the block. And so back then we used to do like, we'd put some adhesive or something on it to make it sticky. So this is one that I put adhesive on. But if you had put the sticker on there without the adhesive, it wouldn't stick to your block and it would fall off, and it was really frustrating. And so last year, Stampin' Up! Came out with new improved stickers. And that's the difference here. The stickers here didn't stick. The new stickers do stick, and so they're a lot stickier. So some people were taking the edges and they were putting them on the old stickers to make them stick. Well, instead of having to use all the scraps from your stamp sets, Stampin' Up! Has come out with cling adhesive. So that's what these are. These little strips are to help your old clear mount stamps stick to the block. So if I took this stamp here, and I would probably want to put my sticker on first. I avoided putting the stickers on because they wouldn't stick to the block. They sticked better without the sticker. Oops, that whole thing just came right off. So let me put this on. Oh, I'm just gonna have to do it like this. Okay, not sticky. Not gonna stick at all. So here I'm gonna take this strip and Why is it? It's like, okay. So it's one fat strip instead of being, I thought it was two. This one is too big, so I don't need it all. So I'm going to cut it. Okay, so the idea is that these cling strips now will convert those old clear mount stamps to finally be sticky and stick to your block, okay? So if you have the old stamps that have stickers that don't stick, then the cling adhesive, that's down here, number 13 on page 162, the cling adhesive will help you to put some sticky on those stickers. So it doesn't come off after you put it on there. It stays on there, and it helps you to be able to make your stamp sticky again. So that's what that is. It's just, I wanted to point that out since I don't think that it's explained very well on the page. I've already had some questions. So just wanted to show you that really quick. We've got our blocks as always, our punches. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you, we've got all our punches here, and the punches also are actual size. So how it looks here is how they're going to punch. And then we have our bundle index in the back of the catalog. Last year it was in the front of the catalog. This year it's in the back. So first we have the punch bundles. So it shows you here's the punch, and then it doesn't show you the whole stamp set, but it says, you know, you can look on page 12, and it just has a sample of what that looks like. So this jar goes with the stamp set that looks like this. The Post-it for you, there's the punch, and there's a stamp set. You can look on page 81 for a closer view. So this is kind of our bundle index, and you can see some of these bundles, like the heart and the tulip, are carried over from the last mini catalog. So they're still bundles even though they weren't before. The Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines, I'm really excited about these. Like I said, we cut ties with Sizzix, and so Stampin' Up! Has come out with a die cutting machine to replace the Big Shot that we used to carry. However, it's not quite available to order yet. So this is something where they don't have enough inventory to do a complete launch yet. They should be announcing the launch date in the next month. So if you're waiting to get one of these, just hold tight a little bit longer. That means also that all of the machine tools, all of the accessories are also not available yet. But like I said, it will be very soon. And there's plenty of other new stuff that we want to see or that we can get in the meantime. So after the Stampin', what is it called? Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. The die bundles now. So the dies are what you use in the Big Shot, or the machine, the die cutting machine, to cut out things. So we've got the dies, and then these are the new dies, and then the things that are bundled with it. So again, it doesn't show you the whole stamp set, but you can get the bundle price here and look on the page. So these are all new bundles. And while I'm on this bundle page, I want to show you a really awesome deal that Stampin' Up! Is having right now. If you sign up to be a demonstrator and join my team in June, you can choose a free bundle of your choice. So you can choose any one of these, including the one, I think the most expensive one is $60. So you can choose any bundle, whichever one is, right for you, whether that is a punch bundle or a die bundle, and it's just such an amazing deal. So normally when you sign up to be a demonstrator, you get to choose $125 in product of your choice, and that can be anything from the catalog, for only $99 plus tax. Shipping is free, and then you get to pick a free bundle on top of that. So it is such an amazing deal. It costs the same as a $90 order to join as a demonstrator, and then you get a discount on your future orders, and you get to be part of my awesome team, and there are just so many awesome perks. So if that's something that you're thinking about, I've already had 3 people join on June 3rd. They were so anxious and antsy. As soon as they could, they got on and they joined to get their free bundle. So if that's something you've been thinking about, I would be happy to answer any questions that you have. But now is an awesome time. It's an awesome time. Whether you've been a demonstrator before or not, you can take advantage of this really great offer. All right, so those are all the bundles. I think we're getting to the very end. These are now just dies without bundles. Look how many dies we have, man. That's a lot. In embossing folders, we have some really pretty new embossing folders, and the ones that say mini are smaller, and these are sized to go in the mini Stampin' cut and embossing machine. Let me show you really quick. I think I've got two of them right here. So here they are. They're thin, and they are like, I would say 3 inches by 4 inches about. Yeah, 3 3/8 inch by 6 1/4 inch. So they come in pairs. So these are the two designs. This is the Greenery embossing folders. And then there are two other pairs as well. So that's kind of something that's different and new with the embossing folders, is we have those little pairs. And then the back here talks about our host rewards. So this is, you can do a virtual party, you can do an in-person party, but also if you ever have an order that's over $150, then you earn Stampin' rewards. So $150 order, you can get 10% in Stampin' rewards. That's $15. These are the host exclusive stamps. So you can get these with your Stampin' rewards, whether you host a party or just place a large order, you have the option to get these. The only way to get these is with host rewards or Stampin' rewards. And right now in June, they're having a special with an extra $25 in Stampin' rewards when you have a party or a personal order that's over $250. So that's really cool. An extra $25 on top of the regular Stampin' rewards. So if you're just, buying everything all at once and you have a big order, if you get to $250, you'll get that extra $25. It's also a really great time to host a party. So whether you want to have a virtual party or an in-person party, you can earn those extra Stampin' rewards when your friends order from your party. So I've done both. Well, I haven't done an in-person party recently with all the social distancing, but I did do a virtual party, and it was a lot of fun. I sent out project kits and we did a Zoom meeting, and it was a lot of fun. So if you're interested in hosting, let me know. And that is the end of the catalog. Woo! I'm not sure what time it is. I may have gone over my time. It's still 6 something. I need to break and have a little bite of dinner really quick. So I'm going to take a break. I also need to plug in my phone and charge, and to drink some water, because this is a lot of talking. Okay, so that's it for right now. Come back at 7 o'clock. I might be a little bit late if it's close to 7 now. And I will show you some project samples and some close-up looks at the designer paper and ribbon and embellishments and all that stuff. Okay, so see you in a little bit. Bye.